Hello, Stash YouTubers. I'm going to give a brief rant on my take on anti-war. Again, I'm liking a lot the work that comedian Jimmy Dore is doing. He's going all out for Tulsi Gabbard. She was in the military. She's against war. The Democratic Party, who's supposed to be progressive, whatever, it looks like they are warmongers, although they deny it to the hilt. It seems like they are the war people now, even in some cases more than the GOP. As far as I know, Trump, Gabbard, and Jill Stein are the only ones to sort of talk about against war, and it seems like the American people are so divided now that there's no interest in, at least publicly or in the media, against war. I think definitely the families of the all-volunteer military force of the United States of America on Memorial Day let it be known on Twitter that they had enough of their sons and daughters deployed endlessly. And I've seen thank God, some recent news reports about finally talk about knocking it off in Afghanistan. Now, hey, mostly half the country hates Trump and will never seem to get off that hatred of Trump. They seem to sort of look around or not be interested in the war, in the anti-war. And this comic, who I don't know very well, but he's doing some good shows on YouTube. And he's funny as hell. Jimmy Dore, get behind him. Do he and I agree? No, I seem more old school than him, but he's funny and he's lucid. I don't think he's for Trump. I don't think he likes the way Trump speaks, but I think he's on board with at least the parts of the Trump phenomena that's against war, as we should be. But I'm not seeing that. I think women and people, whatever, African American, Latino, or whatever, are just angry at Trump's style and words, whatever, and it just goes straight to that. So try it with anybody. Say, I'm for Gabbard, I'm for Trump, maybe Stein, somebody who's against war, and you'll see. Just go on any of the social media platforms, and people will immediately go to racist, you are evil, and it's words. Words have gone, calling somebody names has become far more important than what has occurred in war. I mean, woman, to a large extent, wanted Hillary Clinton. She's like, we came, we saw, he died. So I don't know if it's anti-American to say you don't think it was a good idea to bomb the hell out of North Africa. And as far as I know, there was a deal made from Tennant and Musa Kusa. That's the guy with the cool sounding name, was the intelligence chief of Libya, and they had a deal, no WMD, and as far as I know, Gaddafi gave it up. And I think even NATO, which is thought of as a European kind of agreement, they blew Gaddafi away and tortured him and broke the deal, and that was under President Obama, and that was Africa. Nobody seems to care. Trump says bad things. I mean, I wish he didn't. Everybody wish he didn't. But he was on tape 25 years. It doesn't matter. He's got to go. The emotion involved with people's individual struggles has that. If you try to say something about Iraq, it's good, we should pull out, or this new thing that's occurring, the stores, I'll leave it in the liner notes, the recent story about possible Afghan pullout. People don't care. And it's the same thing with the people who are who are nasty, who are saying the bigoted stuff. They're only interested in that they're mad at AOC, or they're mad at the congresswoman, or Pelosi, or Hillary for Hillary's bad for being a woman or whatever, and it's just that but they're not even thinking about what the amount of war dead and the amount of cash, the blood and treasure. I mean, why can't you speak like this? I don't know. I mean, and I've made several of these anti-war YouTubes, and nobody seems to look at them. I've got some that are specified to certain things, and people take a look at it, or film. I talked about a film, and people are going like, so is that what it's come down to? That people aren't interested in talking about this stuff. They actually, when you go on YouTube, you're actually talking about a celebrity or an artist called out. Somebody has insulted Cardi B, or whatever her name. Of course that's bad. Saying something about. But I mean, she's still alive and she's still pretty wealthy and got a lucrative career. So if somebody said a bad thing about her, does that even compare to bombing entire areas? And look carefully at this. Check out how academics react to it. William Colby said, anybody of any significance in the CIA is in the media. Hey, and I'm sure Snopes, or whatever the fuck that thing is, it's like, no, he didn't say it. Yeah, he did fucking say that. Check out the comedy of Jimmy Dore. If you can't stomach being with the GOP, then freaking vote for Gabbard. If you have no problem with Trump, it looks like he's continuing to be pretty much anti-war. He hasn't opened any new theater of operations, as they whatever what you would refer to it as. He had the generals in. He's had disagreements. He's the POTUS. He's the man. So everybody's like, oh, he's got these generals that are getting military to. He considers himself the alpha of the whole thing and doesn't seem to care about that. He's got Bolton, which Dore has, and others, Matt Taibbi and stuff, have cited that he's a warmonger. But Trump himself seems to say, I take a look at his opinion, but I check out with this guy and that guy, and hey, basically I'm still the president. So, I don't know why the American public, is doesn't seem to be interested in bringing the boys home. I forget the name of that woman that does that great Motown song, Bring the Boys Home. Which that by mean also, there's a lot of women in the military now. And try to support people that are talking anti-war, because there's certain experts. Noam Chomsky himself even has alluded to it at times, although he unfortunately has, I believe he called for intervention in Syria, so fuck him on that. But who else? Professor Stephen Cohen, Sovietologist, Russian expert, has warned repeatedly on major news outlets, everything from Michael Savage, who was more or less, I guess, a right-wing kind of shock jock guy, but he's interesting, whatnot. To any time they let him on any outlet, which and beware, NPR has a lot of emotional, social issues, and they're not necessarily by any means anti-war at all. Goody NPR. So after this vlog, I'll probably never work again, but fuck no, really. we should be, as Americans, talking about stuff like this. I mean, the next long vlog I do is hopefully going to be of interest to somebody. I'm going to go through a humorous long history of the CIA. Everything from the burglars to the Iran-Contra, the Guggenheim Bank, the BCCI. All war crap. I'm going to be delving into it. Hopefully of some interest. But, you know, let me know what you think without... You can say in the liner notes here that Trump's a fascist or Gabbard is a goofball DNC or whatever, but care to discuss or give me a link that says that it was good to be in all these freaking wars, because what has it gotten? The green zone? Some construction contracts with Bechtel. What's that? Use Halliburton, war profiteer. People, check out Jimmy Dore. Jimmy, give me a shout. Have Stosh on your show. I'm a former, semi-former comic myself of Stosh's Comedy Jam. Long-time comic myself. Check him out. He's funny. He's talking about important stuff in very funny ways. Anti-war stuff. It's time that we as Americans knock it off with this war stuff. Stop getting your opinion from Fox or CNN or any particular pundit, and read the papers and look at the internet and form your own opinions. Blah, 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 blah. All right. Shout out to Jimmy Dore. Jimmy Dore, no more war. I'm with you on that, buddy. Take care. God bless.